Hi, I am Weng Huat. Today I'm so glad for the chance to share my experience working on Indonesia's National Urban Development Project, or the NUDP. I had the privilege of working on the NUDP as the Integrated Urban Planning Advisor and Urban Planning International Expert within the Project Management Support Team, or PMS team. NUDP is a strategic national initiative financed by the World Bank, applying the Integrated City Planning (ICP) approach to strengthen Indonesia's urban system and guide the country towards its long-term vision of Indonesia Emas 2045, where cities will play a central role in economic growth, innovation, and social development. What is the value and the contribution I had brought to NUDP? My role focused on integrating spatial planning with national development strategy. I introduced a city system perspective, helping to translate international urban development frameworks into Indonesia's institutional and governance context. A key contribution was developing strategic conceptual frameworks and initial tools to align national agencies, including Bappenas, the National Planning Agency, the Public Works and Housing Agency, PUPR, the Ministry of Home Affairs, MOHA, and the Regional Infrastructure Development Agency, RIDA. This National City Systems Strategy (NCS) frameworks helped connect spatial strategy with investment logic, governance structures, and long-term foresight. The methods and how do I perform? I applied systems thinking, strategic foresight, and scenario-based planning to help policymakers move beyond land use planning toward spatial strategy as national infrastructure. I also focus on clear policy communication using diagrams and structured narratives to bridge technical experts, policymakers, and stakeholders. Collaboration with Indonesian professionals was a central part of my work too, and I myself had learned deeply and substantially from their institutional knowledge and commitment. However, there are some challenges, and I had some reflection on them. The project highlighted the complexity of interministerial coordination and the gap between global frameworks and local governance realities. Aligning multiple institutions around a shared spatial vision remains a critical challenge, but also a major opportunity. What is the impact? And it has been leading to transformative progress. I believe the frameworks and strategic narratives we have developed through NUDP have strengthened Indonesia's national spatial and development discourse, and has certainly laid a strong groundwork for more integrated urban investment and governance. A major outcome of PMS legacy was my creation of the Garuda Nexus. In view of the geopolitical shift from the previous world order dominated by the West to the new powerful economic growth centered in Asia in the East, I worked out a clear and bold structure to position Indonesia not enough only as the hub of ASEAN, but as a global nexus where all the crucial trade, ideas, and cultural crossroads in capital, talent, and technology will intersect in Indonesia, thereby interconnect its talents, combine its resources, unite its peoples, and integrate its major islands with the world at large to elevate Indonesia not only economically, but also to transform the entire Nusantara culturally and socially into a shining civilization destined for greatness. In closure and the next step, with 70% of its expense as water, its marine resources are boundless. With its length 1/8 of the Earth's circumference along the equator, the cost of rocket launching here is much lower than in many other locations. Powered by extensive coherence established by the NCS strategy, Indonesia will be well prepared and ready for transformative leaps spanning from the depths of oceanic research to the heights of aerospace science. Our accomplishments have been made possible by the strong leadership and continual support, the warmth and trust, and the care and kindness of Tuan Ridwan Hutapia, the Managing Director of RSI. One instance shows his personal attention to the project, where he regularly called for face-to-face crucial meetings with the entire RSI team to remind us to guide and ensure timely and quality delivery of our reports. On another occasion, on the evaluation of the deliverables by the design consultants, he stressed to us several times our responsibility to be fair yet firm, to avoid accepting any substantial work. It has been an honor to contribute to Indonesia's urban future, and I hope this work supports the country's journey towards resilient, competitive, and inclusive cities for generations to come. The diagrams, maps, and plans I mentioned are also available in a separate folder. I have now come to the end of my sharing. Thank you so much for listening.